is Lori from GLP-1 Journey and Review. Today we are going to be rating the Cirkul drinks. I have a whole bunch of them. First of all, let me start off by telling you I have been on tirzepatide for a year and 4.5 months. I've lost 60 to 62 pounds, and I've been on maintenance for the last 3 months. As we all know, with GLP-1 medication and just in regular life, hydration is very important. I drink a lot of water. Plain water is not my favorite. I try to get a bottle of plain water in, but I do have 1 to 2 bottles of water with element electrolytes when I'm working out, and then the rest of the time I usually do put a little bit of flavoring in. Sometimes I'll just put some lemon, but I really do like the Cirkul drinks. You can get them online, and now I believe they're also available at Walmart. I tend to get them online because I have been buying them since almost day one that they started, and that was maybe shortly after the pandemic type of stuff. And then all of a sudden they got super popular, and the reason they got popular is somebody on TikTok said, like, these are what the bottles are like. It's a little cartridge that you put in, but somebody on TikTok said, hey, why don't we fill this with vodka and we could have flavored vodka? And it just took off and went crazy. So for a little bit they were a little hard to get because, as a lot of businesses that grow super fast, they couldn't keep up, but, they managed, and, all was good. That, like I said, with a lot of companies, when they get super big quick, can't keep up, they hire more people, and it took them about 2 months, and they pretty well caught up. And like I said, I buy them online because you could build your own bundle and get your own flavors. They have somewhere around 150 different flavors if you add up all the different kinds that they sell, where Walmart, I think, maybe has like 20 flavors or so like that. They also have, let me see if I can find the regular bottle. A regular bottle with the thing. These sweat a lot. You could get them for almost free, but, and they don't keep, ice does not stay cold in them. So I try to get a thermal bottle. They make several of them, and they're all right, a little pricey. My best suggestion, if you don't like their bottles or you find them too expensive, go to one of your local stores and see what these fit on. I know they fit on Contigo, which is one of my favorite types of cups. I recently have bought this one. I was actually under the impression that I bought one with a handle so that it looked like a Stanley type of cup, but I ordered the wrong one, but that's okay. I'll use it anyhow. I like a lot of the bottles, and I probably in my next order will get the bottle that is like the Stanley. My biggest complaint about Cirkul is, I'm going to take a sip. They're noisy. There's no way you could just sneak a sip. What I do like is, one, they have all the flavors, and there's a little dial on here. I don't know if you could really see that. And you could have it all the way from no flavor to maximum flavor, depending on how you like it. Obviously, the higher the amount of flavor, the less time that the cartridge will last. I'm kind of a middle of the road. I like mine about 4 to 5, and then as it starts getting towards the end, I crank it up a little bit to equal the same amount. So let's get into the reviews. Like I said, if you're going to get their bottles, most of their bottles don't sweat, which is good. But like I said, you can get them much cheaper going to Walmart, Target, or any store like that, and just find one that the top fits on. I've done that plenty of times. Now, they have many varieties. Like I said, if you go onto their website, I think they have somewhere between 110 and 130 different flavors. They've bought more companies as they went along and got more flavors. They have what's called online a flavor lab, where they test out a flavor, and if it becomes really popular, they add it to one of their regular flavors. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to say, for me, I did not like any of their coffee ones. Like, ugh. Maybe if I had them with coffee, different story, but I'm pretty particular the way I like my coffee. It is what it is, and I like my coffee the way it is. So I'm not rating any of them because I tried some and immediately just threw them out. So we'll start with what's right in front of me. They have what's called Go Sips, which have caffeine in them. They also have a company that they bought called Fission. They both have caffeine. I think Fission has a little bit more caffeine, but again, you know, that's up to you how much caffeine you want. It's not a huge difference. So we're going to go for flavors. I've had the Go Strawberry Watermelon. I liked it very much. A little bit different than your energy drinks because it has a better flavor. So I have definitely bought this one several times. I try not to get too much of the caffeine because I'd rather have my caffeine in my coffee, but you know, to each their own. Another Go one is Blueberry Punch. This is also very good. I tend to like any fruity punch type of thing. Again, that's just me. Again, if you find it a little powerful, you could turn it down, and 0 is absolutely no flavor. Like if you have some and you find it too sweet, you could throw it down to 0 and get just plain water, and then slowly bring it up again. So, here's another Fission. This one is Strawberry Watermelon. And again, when the Fission first came out, they had 4 of them, which basically tasted like your energy drinks, like mine's going totally blank here, like your Celsius and all the other brand name energy drinks. Again, this has the dial so you could turn it up or down. And this is the one, Blue Raspberry, also very good if you like energy drinks. This is a Strawberry Watermelon. I think we kind of went over that one. And Black Cherry. Excuse me, I'm not a huge cherry person, but believe it or not, I actually liked it. Would I buy it regularly? No, I liked it, but it wasn't one of my favorite. I do kind of like the plain Fissions because they're, like Red Bull type of thing. Celsius. Okay, then we get into ones that have electrolytes, like White Cherry. Now, when I got this, I originally got this for my wife, who just didn't particularly, like it would. She would rather just pour the powder in and be done with it than have to play with the dials and changing the cartridges and so forth. She thinks they're okay, but a little too much work. But each their own. But I was very surprised because I'm usually not a big cherry person, and I really like this. Yes, I would get it again, but not in huge amounts because I liked it, but again. Now, they have a whole bunch of different kinds of orange. Orange is one of my favorite. I think you can't go wrong with any type of orange, but that's me personally. So yes, I try all their orange. This one happens to be orange clementine. They have an orange Go Sip. They have a orange Fit Sip. They have a lot of them. So I do try there and get their oranges. I just mix them up as to which kind I get. Now, these are how some of them are coming now, and how you would get them like in Walmart. And This is a Life Sip Honey Crisp Apple. I like all their apple ones. I think they're very good. You can't go wrong with their apple ones, so keep that in mind. And they have a whole bunch of iced tea ones. Now this one is iced tea and lemonade. It was alright. Not great. And one of the reasons why I didn't like this so much is I've been hooked on Snapple iced tea and lemonade combination, half and half, whatever they call it. And for years and years and years, I used to actually get it in the K-Cups from Snapple. And it was and is the best, but after the pandemic, they stopped making it. Now you can get it in the bottles, and that's what I do. That is by far my favorite over this, but it was all right. Now, the regular sweet tea is pretty good. Some of their, peach flavor and raspberry flavor had kind of a weird taste to it, so like I didn't really even include it. I'm just telling you about that. Mixed berry, again, you can't go wrong with the berry ones. It's, a matter of taste. They're somewhat similar. This one, and I've had it, a little bit of blueberry. You can taste a little bit of the strawberry, but again, to me, I mix up my berry ones because you can't really go wrong. So just for variety, I mix them up. Now this is an Island Punch. Again, very good. Now here we have lemon lime. I bought 2 of them. Not that great. I drank it. I probably will eventually drink this one. Will I order it again? Nah. Again, that's the same apple crisp. Another Island Punch. Again, you can't go wrong with the punch ones. They do have alligator apple. I tried this once. I like anything apple, so I think this is a little bit geared for the kids, but hey, nobody's going to fault you if you order it, because it's good. And it's 0 calories, no protein, not much of anything. Again, keep in mind, plain water is always best, but there's just no way I could get that amount of water down, just because, like I said, I could easily drink 1 bottle of plain water. I mean, if I had to, yes, I would drink more, but I would prefer the rest with flavor. Don't worry, there's not too much more left. Parrot Punch, again, aimed for kids, but, it's punch. And I don't think it's really sweeter, but, again, if you find that it is, you could just turn it down 1 notch and be done with it. And like I said, keep in mind, I'm like 4 to 5. Don't judge me. I like it kind of strong in flavor. And this is a frosted refresher. I had 1 of them, not this flavor. I kind of am stalling a bit on this one because I'm not too in love with their lemon stuff, but the other ones were pretty good. Again, I'll give it a try. It was one of these that when you get it online, you build your own bundle, and the more you're going to buy, the bigger the discount. I think when I got this one, if I just ordered 2 more, I was going to jump up in discount, so basically it came out as free. This is their orange pineapple. Again, this one's very good. Can't go wrong with orange, can't go wrong with pineapple, because I'm saving my best for last, and that does have some pineapple in it. So this one is very good. And as you can see, there's plenty of flavors, and I haven't even begun to show you them all. Blackberry, blueberry, again, pretty good. I order it once in a while just for something different, because I have so many that I really like better. But I'll drink it once in a while. Like I said, once in a while I just throw some in that I think I might enjoy, or yeah, I think I've had that before, not bad, but just because I want a little variety. And then we have strawberry kiwi. Again, not one of my favorites, drinkable, okay, like I said, it could be me, it's just, I'm not a huge kiwi person, but I wanted to try it. And last but not least, my favorite, which is one reason why I still get it online, because you can only get it online, is coconut pineapple. To me, I think this is the best. My wife also, if she's going to drink it, kind of likes this one. That's what's in here now. Hi everybody, if you want to enter the contest, please hit that like button. Make sure you're a subscriber and put the emoji or the word watermelon down in the comments, and you will be entered into the contest. So I hope I gave you a good introduction to Cirkul, and hopefully you'll find the flavors. Let me know in the comment what your favorite flavor is, and if I haven't tried it, I will.